WNBA legend Lisa Leslie advises Indiana Fever to shut down Caitlin Clark for remainder of season. It has been over 6 weeks since Indiana Fever star guard Caitlin Clark last suited up for her team, and her prolonged absence has become one of the defining storylines of the WNBA's 2025 season. In what was supposed to be a sophomore campaign filled with growth and dominance, Clark has instead battled through a string of injuries that have limited her to just 13 appearances this year. The Fever, once thought to be on the rise with Clark at the helm, have been forced to adapt. Aliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell have carried the bulk of the scoring and playmaking duties, but there's no denying that the Fever were constructed around Clark's unique ability to stretch defenses with her deep shooting range and dazzling passing vision. Without her, Indiana has been forced to reimagine its identity while still keeping playoff hopes alive. The roster crunch has only been magnified by the loss of other key guards, Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, and Ari McDonald, all of whom have been ruled out for the season with significant injuries. Fans have clung to every update on Clark's progress, and there was a glimmer of hope this past Sunday when the two-time All-Star took part in shoot-around before Indiana's clash with the Minnesota Lynx. But despite signs of progress, a respected voice in women's basketball is urging caution. Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie, one of the most dominant centers in WNBA history, offered a blunt assessment during an appearance on CBS Sports Network this week. Indiana, she said, should prioritize Clark's long-term health over short-term playoff aspirations, even if that means shutting her down for the rest of the season. Greater than, you want to see Caitlin Clark for the longevity of her career, Leslie explained. Me personally, I would not put Caitlin Clark back on the floor this season. And the only reason why I say that is because I had the injury she had. That deep groin injury is nothing to play around with. Leslie spoke from experience, noting that if Clark attempted to return too soon, she risked re-injuring herself and potentially setting back her career. If she comes back before her body is truly ready, she could end up right back in the same spot, Leslie cautioned, emphasizing the explosive movements and sharp cuts required to succeed at the professional level. Her comments present the Fever with a difficult dilemma. At 20-18, Indiana currently holds the 6th seed in the playoff picture. The organization is eager to capitalize on its postseason opportunity, especially after enduring years of struggles before Clark's arrival transformed the franchise into one of the WNBA's biggest draws. Still, the risk of aggravating a long-term injury to their cornerstone player may outweigh the reward of a short-term playoff run. Clark's situation has drawn intense media coverage not just because of her on-court brilliance, but also because of her impact off the court. From selling out arenas to securing a landmark Nike partnership, she has quickly become the face of women's basketball. Preserving that star power for the future could prove far more valuable than rushing her return in a single playoff chase. For now, the Fever must weigh the advice of a WNBA legend against their own ambitions. One thing is clear, the decision regarding Clark's status for the remainder of the season will be pivotal, not only for Indiana's playoff hopes, but for the trajectory of the league's most electrifying young star. Do you want me to also make a shorter, YouTube-style summary version of this rewrite with punchy lines and audience-focused framing, so it can be paired with SEO hashtags for video content?